Making sense of a world in chaos, one conversation at a time. The Gym Class Majors.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy D from DNC Digital here for the Gym Class Majors podcast with my brother from another mother, Brian Davis. What's up, Brian?
Yo, D, what's going on, buddy? How you feeling today?
I am feeling better, thankfully, because as you know, I was on the bench for a while.
You were sidelined. You were sidelined for a little
I
bit.
was sidelined, man. The coach called me out. I thought I was doing good for all this time.
Did you mess up a play or something, or what happened, man? What's going on?
I want to say I did. I want to say maybe a false start or
Okay.
too many men on the field. I don't know if that correlates with what happened, but the thing is, little one got sick, and maybe I hugged her one too many times.
Okay.
And so then your boy got sick, and then
Like
it was
sick.
like
You got that Rona, huh?
I got that Rona, bro. I was like, I felt left out the entire time because I never got it.
How was that
And
experience, man? What did you get? Like,
so it was a lot of fatigue. It was a lot of fatigue, and I know a lot of people's bodies respond differently.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I didn't have anything that warranted me going to a hospital or anything. Somebody I know did have to, and thank God that person is better.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was just tired, man. Like every day, I would just knock out for like 3 or 4 hours in the afternoon, and then I don't know if I was telling you this, so I didn't read this, so I just think it's a coincidental timing that
Okay.
my eyesight is a bit funky, and I don't know if that's like God telling me like, "Yo, you're old, plus you got COVID," because I've never heard anything about COVID like affecting eyesight.
Your eyesight.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, I'm good. Thankfully, I'm better now. Your boy's back. We are back on the scene, and just good to see you again, bro.
It's good to be seen. I'm glad to see you as well, man. Like, I'm glad that you're feeling better. I'm glad that everybody at the house is feeling good. I'm happy to have you back, man, especially for this podcast, this specific
Especially.
podcast, especially. Why is that, D? Why am I excited about this specific podcast?
Because not only are people looking at our handsome faces,
As
but
should.
if you have, as they should, definitely. Did you trim down the
Yeah,
beard, by the way?
yeah,
What
I
was
did.
all that? What
I
happened?
did.
Why?
No, because you know what it was. One thing about me that some people know about me, some people don't know about me, is that I like to change it up. I never like to look the same way or anything that's, and you know what it is uh, with that, it's mostly about the journey as opposed to your destination. That's just how I am. I know that sounds like some
A wise
bullshit.
man said
Yeah,
that
it just
recently.
sounds like some bullshit, but to be totally honest with you, like, I have more enjoyment growing out the beard than actually maintaining it. So every
Nice.
so often, I'll just chop it the fuck off and start over again, which is what I'm doing right now. And to be honest with you,
Nice.
I look good either way. So, lucky for you, what I'm saying, as your co-host, I can just do that and not drop the ratings because I'm scaring the people away. So you don't have to
You
worry
look
about
good either way, baby. You
You're
look
right.
good either way. Shout
Thank
out
you.
to our sponsors, Can You Handlebar. Check out CanYouHandlebar.com for all your facial hair care needs. But yeah, so not only are they watching our handsome faces,
Of
but
course.
they're listening to our great voices on all of their beautiful podcast platforms.
Absolutely.
And we're so excited. We've already had a lot of support on the YouTube front and on social media. And we thank all of you. And we are here to just work hard and give you some entertaining content. And really just like we say, we're merging the divide. We're making sense of this crazy world, just one conversation at a time.
We are. And one thing I wanted to add, to everyone that supported us and that continuously supports us, I do want to send my gratitude, my love to everyone that's listening or watching. We just literally started, and it seems like the longest road just to get to this point. But one that I enjoy, one that I am grateful for. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change going through this experience with you. My hats off and congratulations to you as well, because I know this hasn't been easy for you, especially you being sick and all that stuff. So, and it's been taking time away from your personal life. So I appreciate everything that you've done, buddy, and cheers to to our first major live recorded episode. This is exciting, man.
Yeah,
I'm fucking
bro,
excited.
I'm so excited.
Fucking excited.
Its first period orientation has started. This is the Gym Class Majors podcast.
Absolutely.
One thing that I did do while I was on the bench is that I fired up Peacock, also
Okay.
known as the Cock, and I put on Halloween Kills.
Okay.
Big fan of Halloween. The original Halloween.
I can't stand that. I can't stand the Halloween movies.
No, none of them.
None of them.
None of them. All 38 of them. Not
all
not one
38 of them. I think like the first one was cool.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, like so the first one is on my list.
Like
By the way, we're around Halloween time. Top 5 movies, Halloween movies or scary movies, horror movies, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, although we
already know you're number one.
Yeah, we already ran down a complete list of all the horror movies, which is in the DNC catalog. If you guys want to go back and check that out, that'd be fucking great. But yeah, I'm not gonna give you the top 5 because I could probably spend the next 20 minutes trying to compile just the top 5 because horror genre is like my shit. But I will say that Nightmare on Elm Street is my number one all-time horror movie. Like that's it. And then everything else is underneath that.
So Halloween is one of my favorites. And because society has changed.
But he was so boring though. He was boring. Like you guys don't like the Jason.
There was something about like
and the Michael Myers, they were boring.
Still, he would still like terrorize the neighborhood. He would still terrorize the neighborhood.
Freddy Krueger, on the other hand, had personality. He had character. Like
I'll give Freddy Krueger this. Like I love to sleep, and he didn't allow me to sleep.
You know what's really good? I don't know if anybody that's listening or watching has gotten a chance to watch that show on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us.
Oh, I love that fucking series, bro.
So yeah, they have.
I didn't see the last few that got.
So they just came out with a couple more. I think a new season, and it's because
more
of the
horror
time.
Movies.
And now and now it's horror movies. And so they go into the making of certain movies, and just watching the Nightmare on Elm Street one has made me appreciate that movie on a whole nother fucking level. That movie is the best, and
I love that behind the scenes shit.
Yeah, and it honestly was the catalyst and the starting point, the jumping point, if you will, for New Line Cinema. So any movie that you see on New Line Cinemas that gives you all of the best, sometimes the best movies of the years, it started because of Nightmare on Elm Street. You can't say that about a Halloween movie.
That may be true, but so as we are recording this, do you know what I hear in the other room?
What? Tell me, because I can't.
My dog just gave birth.
That's real. real. Listen, guys. This is the only place you're gonna be able to come to, and get notified that a dog just gave birth. Yes.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear the little guy going. Okay, so it's okay because I've been a grandparent before. So I saw the signs happening, and I put her in her own spot, and mom's doing good. She has her pillows and her blankets.
Is the missus home, or is
no? Boss lady is gonna get a surprise when she comes home. Okay. I was gonna surprise her with some chicken parm. Now some chicken parm and puppies.
Yeah, that's a really sick combination, bro.
So back to the subject. Halloween. That guy's an equal opportunity murderer. I know that. Like he just terrorizes the whole town, kills whoever he wants, and there's no bias in that. Okay. But now, as I read this headline, and you know what, we had this conversation about cancel culture, about people getting offended, and we got a little pushback, but that's fine because people have their opinions, and it's okay. We did. You got to see that comment on YouTube.
Listen. I told you. I don't read the comments. And again, just to reiterate, anyone that's listening, like I love you guys. I love the support, but this shit is gonna get toxic. I have a really like my train of thought and the way my brain works is not gonna gel with a lot of people. And I understand that. So, if I don't respond on social media, if you have your I do welcome all of your takes, all of your comments, but just
definitely. And that's That's exactly what this is about. Like people feel, and I felt that a little bit maybe with the comment, that just because
Wait,
we disagree means we're gonna like
wait, hold on.
really go
I
after
need
each
you,
other.
but before you continue with this Michael Myers shit, I need you to tell me exactly what was said. Like that's more interesting than Michael Myers. What did somebody say?
So they said, I'm paraphrasing. I got to look it up right now. I'm looking it up right now, but
You can just paraphrase it. It's fine.
that we summed it up pretty much by saying we can't understand how that community feels about the news that happened with that subject that we were talking about. And I
Okay.
was like, okay, that makes sense, you know. And then you cannot tell us not to cause an uproar over an unfunny, like hateful joke. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, that's an opinion, but
Yeah, that's an
it's your
opinion.
opinion.
It's subjective. It's subjective, and that's the basis of what we're saying is that it's subjective. I'm not
Hmm.
saying for how someone should feel. As a matter of fact, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, if you were offended, I totally get it. I totally
Sure.
understand, and this is the reason why I won't respond to some of the comments, because people aren't going to listen to what we say and just take the I guess whatever they want to take out of it. And so I gotta be far away from that shit because I don't mesh well with people like that. So it's like
No, yeah. And
the first thing, hold on one second. Just the one thing,
sure, sure.
the one thing that the first thing that I said was, it's subjective. If you are offended by what he said, I totally get it. I understand you. But at the same time, it's his opinion. If you don't like it, you didn't have to watch it. Only
Hmm.
because he gave you, and I'm understanding that it was about Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
But like, if he gave you more than enough time to realize that this was not for you. Like, this was not going to be
Yeah.
for you. If you had a problem with the first four other specials, you weren't going to like this one either. So you didn't have to watch it. I didn't know what you planned on gaining from it. He gave you exactly what you wanted, and then there was this uproar. I that part to me, I don't understand. But go ahead.
But oh, and so yeah, and it goes along with what I said. We cannot tell people how to feel. We can't tell people to be offended
Absolutely
or to
not.
not be offended. We're just
Absolutely
trying
not.
to understand where the uproar is because of those points that you just said. Just that at the end, he or she, I'm not sure who it was, said, "You're right about that because if I hit your mama, I can't tell you how to feel." And I was like, that was unnecessary.
How did that make you feel? How did that make you feel reading that?
I was like, "Ugh, all right, you were good. You made sense." That's what this is about. We want to have discourse. We want to have conversations. Ryan
Absolutely.
and I do not agree on a lot. We don't, but we're good friends. We're brothers. We're best friends, and it's okay to disagree. Like that's what we're trying to say. It's
Hmm.
okay to disagree, and we just need to have a conversation. People aren't having conversations. It's like you disagree with me. I'm not going to listen to that side.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to that side at all. But it may happen again because they are saying that, well, I'm sorry, this headline is saying Halloween Kills is accused of homophobia due to the murder of a gay couple. Now, there was a gay couple who lived in Michael Myers' old house and he killed them. I do not see how Michael Myers is homophobic. He killed a black couple earlier. Does that mean that he's an all lives matter kind of murderer?
I really don't have anything for this topic. I think it's stupid. I'm not exactly sure what publications came out with this. I don't know if this even has any like weight to it. But to be honest with you, I mean, number one, I've seen, yeah, like you said, I've seen him kill all types of people.
All
Um,
types of people.
and then I guess, has there ever been, and I've never seen this movie. I haven't seen this movie. I probably
Okay.
won't see this movie unless I just stumble onto it. But were the gay couple portrayed in a poor light? Were they portrayed badly, or were they like
I don't feel they were a
were
very
there
well
any
established couple. It seemed
so
like
there
they
weren't
had
any like stereotypes or stigmas that were attached to them that would make it obscene or out of pocket, and then that's where the stems from is none of that. They were portrayed well, everything was cool, and it just so happens that that they got killed, and what, they weren't supposed to die in a horror movie.
I no, I feel like they were just there's some stereotypical characters that are done in movies that they're on fire. They're fucking queens and shit, you know. These
Yeah.
are just two men who just happen to be gay. And that was the characteristic I got translated through the screen. It
Okay.
was just a gay couple. Like it's not like they were wearing feathers or some shit or like, you know, it wasn't a stereotypical couple. It wasn't a
Why can't
stereotypical same sex couple.
why can't there be, instead of that headline saying, "Holy shit, there was a gay couple in a horror movie"? I've never seen that before. Like, I come to my recollection, I've never seen that before. That's great representation. You like that that is representation. You like the culture is being involved in horror movies now. Like, it's I'm just confused as to the the I don't know, the validity of a headline like that, because it really doesn't hold any weight with me.
There was a tagline in that movie saying "Evil dies tonight." So if you want to personify evil in the form of Michael Myers, yeah, you can do that because the guy's never died because evil lives on. Evil don't give a shit who you are. Evil don't care about anything. Evil attacks everybody. I do not see. And again, pushback, whatever, bring it on. Let's have the conversation. It's not about the pushback. It's just let's have the conversation. If you felt offended because he killed, I mean, again, I can't tell you how to feel, but if he killed a Hispanic guy, all right, whatever. He was Hispanic. You know, he killed a black couple earlier. Like, it doesn't mean he's racist. I mean, he killed a woman. Does that mean he's a woman hater or like? There's so many. You know what I mean? Like, he just kills
Listen,
anybody he
I'm not
wants.
the biggest fan of cancel culture, but I
Neither
understand
am
it.
I.
I understand it though.
I understand. I do. I understand some of the uproar, but there's sometimes that
But there comes to it, yeah,
I'm not in that world, so I can't
but
understand what they're
regardless,
feeling.
regardless on whether you're in the world or not, there's just some things that you're reaching. This is a reach to me. This has nothing to do with anything. There was a gay couple in a horror movie, and guess what happened to them? They fucking died in a horror movie.
They done.
Is that simple. It's really nothing more to dive into. There's no deep dive here. There's no second layer. There's nothing there. And I've never seen the movie. So I mean, unless I watch the movie and I say, "Oh, well, they were portrayed a certain way," then I can understand there
Sure,
being
sure.
uproar. But if there wasn't any of that, then I wouldn't understand it, as I don't understand it now. So yeah, this doesn't have any validity with me, and this isn't news. This is not news. Like, this is just like, it's like you're trying to make something that doesn't exist, and it seems as though that once you press the gay button, it's going to be a an automatic, like, alert to everybody to stop what they're doing
Mm.
and to read this. So I don't fall for that. Like, yeah, this is not news to me.
Uh, and this is not, you know, just the gay community. This is just in general. Like, my feeling is that I can't really enjoy anything anymore. Like, I don't know. Like, don't people get tired of like just trying to find the negative in everything? Like, me and you, we're hitting those years already. Like, I'm way too old for that shit. Like, I just want to have a good day. I want to like chill with my girl and my kid and like just enjoy cinema or enjoy a movie or enjoy a song. Like, this just every time something happens, there's always like, hey, you know, that is against this or that, you know. But I mean, let's just move on. I mean, there's nothing else I can
But
say to
before we
that.
do move on, I do want to say that I do appreciate the fact that, even though I don't agree with cancel culture, I do appreciate the fact that we do have, or we do live in a world where we can voice our opinions to that magnitude. Now,
That's a fair point.
whether I agree with your stance on it, that's, it's subjective. It's that's, again, that's for each individual to come to their own opinion on something. But I do like the fact that our voices can be heard quickly and on a macro scale. Like I do appreciate that. So, that's a little bit playing both
And
sides of the fences, but still.
yeah, but those rights are afforded to us by this country that people seem to be against so much, you know. But that's a whole nother conversation. Um, so one thing that I did feel for, and I felt bad, was and it reminds me of another actor, but Alec Baldwin. You saw what happened with him?
Yeah, man, I couldn't miss it. It was everywhere. Yeah, I saw
Neither
it.
could he. But
Very unfortunate.
so it was a prop gun, but there's a lot of shit behind this. Like
Was it a
there
prop gun? I don't even know if I don't know if it was a prop gun. I mean,
it was supposed
I
to be blanks, but hold on, I got it right here. It was supposed to be blanks, but it's like what happened with Brandon Lee, right?
Brandon Lee. Well, no, it's different because Brandon Lee, what happened with him was it was a blank, but the one thing about these blank bullets and these prop guns is that it has to be totally clean, which means it can't have any type of artifacts or things lodged to it, because once it has something lodged to this blank bullet, it now becomes a live bullet. And I think that with Brandon Lee, there was something stuck to a bullet that made it a live round, and that is what ultimately took his life. This is different. This was live ammunition in a prop gun, and during a rehearsal or a take of something, two people were one person was injured and one person fucking died.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. How do you even if like fuck the specifics, because I don't even know if we're gonna even know the truth to this, but imagine you being the husband or the family member of this um director of photography, and you get a phone call. Now, as far as you know, she was on set, normal day. Nothing
Mhm,
like this was supposed to happen. You
right.
receive a phone call saying, "I am sorry, but your wife is no longer with us because of a prop gun accident." Like, can you just like
That's some heartbreaking
imagine?
shit.
Yeah, can you just imagine just the unexpectancy of that? Like, that is just so wild to me. Like, that part is what I'm having a hard time grasping. Is just that aspect
Like
of it.
the woman
So,
went to work. Like she
yeah,
just went to work.
she went to work and never came back home. She was a mother, she was a wife, she was a daughter. That part is insane. It's insane.
So I'm reading, and Lauren Conlin, who does her red carpet thing, and she does interviews and stuff, and she does Newsmax, and she goes on entertainment shows to talk about some stuff. So it turns out that on the movie set Rust, like they were actually very careless with some of their prop guns, man. And I'm pretty sure that the movie will no longer be produced. Um, but this kind of shit haunts the movie business, and it really sucks. And it just like it comes down to somebody's carelessness, and it's sad because somebody passed away. Like somebody's gonna get in trouble for this shit.
As
I'm
they
reading
should. As they should.
I'm
So that
reading
was
Alec Baldwin is like fucking distraught. Like just and of course the paparazzi, like because the fucking press, right? Like they're trying to go to his house and trying to get everything they got or
well,
everything they can get, and
he
then
put
he's
out
like, yo, it's an ongoing investigation. I can't talk about
yeah, he put out a statement though, right? He
it.
made
Yeah,
a
yeah.
video. He made a video and came out and you know uh basically said that he'll be with the family, and so I have a question for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Dealing with this topic that was kind of it made its rounds on social media, with other podcasts and speaking on this topic. So almost immediately after this happened, Alec Baldwin reached out to the husband of the
Right.
of the woman that passed away, that
Hmm.
transitioned. And a lot of people are having an issue with the fact that he reached out so soon. What are
Why?
your
Why?
thoughts on that? Like, do you think he should have given some grace period to let the husband take in exactly what happened before he reached out, being that he was the one that pulled the trigger. Like before,
Fuck.
but before you answer, yeah, it's a mind fuck.
When
But
you
before,
yeah, when you put it like that, yeah.
but before you answer, just put yourself. And I know that sometimes when we react to these type of situations, it's hard to look at it from every aspect. But that's what I do. Like that's kind of my strong point. So just
Right.
put yourself in this gentleman's shoes, and you just found out that your wife passed away for going to work, basically. And now the person that is accused and that actually shot the gun is trying to reach out to you to express his sympathy and sorrow. When is it immediate? Do you want that apology immediately, or do you want some time to pass over before he even asks
I
you?
won't be in the right mindset if it's still fresh. I
Okay.
won't be in my right mindset, and I'll be like, nobody talk to me. Like this just happened. I just lost my wife. Like no, and I can't. I can't even. My heart goes out to that guy because I can't even imagine. Like, but that conversation needs to be had, and
It
I
does.
would. I guess in the end game, I would appreciate that he did. He was man enough to come up to me, and it's only right. Like it's just it's like ethics. Like
Yeah, it's the optics. It's the optics of it at
yeah,
that point. Because it's like, even if you think it's too soon, you can't, if you're Alec Baldwin, you can't let this go on without you
and you
reaching
know
out.
what? Sometimes, and I'm sorry to cut you off. Sometimes it's just even the effort. Like if he called me up, he goes, "Hey, it's Alec." Like I'm like, you know what, bro? I can't talk to you right now. But at least he called.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
And
whether
then
or not that conversation was had, at least he reached out, man enough to be like, "This is, we got to talk about this. This conversation needs to be."
now
Whether or
you're,
not the husband is ready for that,
yeah,
you got to give it to Alec to
absolutely.
for reaching out and just. And I heard he's cooperating and he's doing what he has to do. And but shit, this is gonna traumatize him, let alone the husband. I mean, the husband's already like you lost your wife.
Everybody involved is going to be traumatized from this. Like there's nobody unscathed from this. The people that were directly involved, the people indirectly involved. If you were a witness of it on the set, you're going to be traumatized. If you, again, everybody, no one is left unscathed in this situation. Everyone
Right.
is going to be involved, and I'm glad that, and honestly, I'm glad that he did reach out to the husband, because again, it's the optics of it. Like, yes, I understand that, you know it's a sensitive issue, but
Hmm.
if let's just say, for instance, he didn't reach out to the husband, what's the headlines? Oh, well, Alec Baldwin has not reached out to the
Secluded
family.
himself, locked himself in his house,
Yeah, or just
and you know what?
or just
Everybody who's like going after Alec Baldwin, like you're not in that situation, and
Mhm.
you've probably never been. So, like when they ask me, "What would you do if this happened?" If I haven't experienced it, I can't fucking tell you.
I
I
don't know
can,
about
I
that. I think you can. I mean, we do it. This is what we're doing for a living. We're putting ourselves in this, in like
yeah, but
reacting
we're
to,
looking at it from every angle,
yeah.
as
Well,
yeah. So
so
like,
look at it. So look at it from Alec Baldwin's angle. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you can look at it from his perspective, yes, it's tragic, and he's changed forever. He will never be the same person ever
he'll
again
probably never
because
do
of
a
that.
weapons movie ever again.
Maybe. But yeah, just getting back to what I was saying before is like, yes, I'm glad that he reached out to the husband, and I'm glad that it was him. It wasn't his assistant. It wasn't his publicist. It wasn't
Or it wasn't
anybody.
some fucking statement that was written by
It was
somebody else.
him. It was him reaching out to the family to express his condolences and his sorrow. And I don't know exactly what he was supposed to do in that situation. Because again, not only are you mentally going through this yourself, but you also have to express your compassion and sympathy for somebody else while you're going through that. So I just think it's just a tragic story all the way around.
Yeah, may she rest in peace. and I want to be very respectful. I want to say that her name is in here. Um, but shit, bro. Like, and I'm sorry. Oh, Hutchins. I'm sorry. I don't know her first name. Oh, Helena Hutchins. Helena. I can't pronounce her first name. But Miss Hutchins, may she rest in peace. It's a shitty situation. Like even from all sides, and like what I was trying to say is that the people that like are going after him for like talking to him so early, like what do you expect him to do? Just fucking sit there and like not go up to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
For
I
me,
mean,
for me, I would, and I'd be scared to, but I would feel like I have to.
yeah, it's just a totally unfortunate situation all the way around.
Like getting ready for a punch in the face or getting ready for like a tackle or something like, but getting ready for it to go like really bad. But as a human being, I need to talk to this guy, and I need to, I need to see if he's okay.
Agreed.
Um, I saw this, and I feel like we may have a long conversation about this. But
Great.
you also said, in the producers meeting, you also said that you're not really like into this. But
Give,
are
hit
you
me
are
with
you a fan of boxing though?
yeah. Huge,
You
huge,
are.
huge fan of boxing.
So this rumored fight, is it bad for boxing? Is it going to reveal what people have thought for the past 20 years, 25 years, 30 years maybe? Mike Tyson versus Logan Paul.
Let me tell you something, man.
Everybody strap in.
My favorite video game of all time, or one of my favorite
Fuck
video
yeah.
games of all time, is Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I was a huge Mike Tyson fan as a kid. I remember um in real time watching him get knocked the fuck out by Buster Douglas. And just the heartache I felt at a young age from that.
Hmm.
Um and my love for boxing has grown since then. Now, some of my friends, um, Ghost, if you're listening, salute. He and I go back and forth about boxing all the time. In my group chat that I have, we talk about the best boxers out right now. So boxing is it's part of my life, and I enjoy everything that comes along with that. And actually, because of boxing, it actually made me transition into MMA. Like just that whole
Gotcha.
combative, element is appealing to me. But when you talk about Logan Paul and Mike Tyson, dude, what are we talking about here? Like, why are we doing this? Like,
Believe it or not, Logan Paul is now a draw.
no, believe it or not, my ass. He's been a draw. The draw isn't
The
the
draw is
draw.
because
The
people hate
I
him.
I get no, I get that part. That's like he's a draw. He's one of these YouTube kids. Like that's what
Yeah,
they do is that they create buzz and they monetize off of it. That part I'm not confused with.
get the bag, right?
What I'm confused with is why Mike Tyson is fighting Logan Paul.
I feel like this is excuse me, this is gonna expose the entire business because if Mike Tyson doesn't win that fight, I am bro,
And
I
low
won't
key,
believe that shit.
and low key, they're friends. I watch Mike Tyson's he doesn't done a podcast in a while, but I was an avid
Oh, that podcast is
listener,
dope.
listening to Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. And he has mentioned Logan Paul a few times, as well as been on camera training with him. So they're cool. Like
Hmm.
he respects. He has spoken in high regards of Logan Paul.
So you
So
think because it's exhibition match that Mike Tyson's gonna take it easy on him?
I would assume. I would
Yeah.
assume. I don't see a world where he goes 100%. I don't see that happening.
His
And so
100% is scary.
and yeah, dog, his 60% is scary. So it's like back in the day, there used to be the question, how much money would it take for you to step into a ring with Mike Tyson? That
Mm,
was a question. I don't know if it
right.
was for everybody in the world, but I know in my world, that was a question that a lot of people used to ask back in the day. So granted, he's a little bit older, but if you've seen a video of him, he can still fucking move. Like he can still
Oh
fucking
no,
move.
the shit is scary. I've seen those training videos, and I feel like he can break through the Great Wall of China with those punches. Like
Yeah,
it's
he
just
he
fucking
can
ridiculous.
he can still move. So I mean, am I gonna watch this? Absolutely not. Which is the reason why, before we were talking about it, I'm like, this isn't news to me. Like I can care less about this. I'm not whatever they're asking for the viewers to pay to watch this is too much. Whatever it is. I don't care if they were asking for fucking $20. It's too much. I'm not watching this fucking fight.
And those Logan Paul haters are gonna shell out that money. And I was like, yo, you're putting money in his pocket. He's rich
Absolutely.
because of all those fucking haters. Like it works the same. Like Logan Paul would be an awesome heel in professional wrestling
He
because
is
that's
a
what the
heel.
heel does. They
He's a
make
heel
you
he's a heel in real life.
right. They make you pay the ticket to see them get their ass kicked,
Yeah.
and then
Oh no,
it's just so crazy to see that Logan Paul is a fucking draw in the
I
world
don't
of boxing.
if you are keeping your eyes open and paying attention to the world around you, this being a surprise, that is a surprise to me. What is happening in the world that would make you feel as though that's not a reality? That couldn't possibly happen. We are in the year of we are in the age of the TikTokers and the YouTubers. Like they run the shit. They run social media. They run anything that needs to be monetized. So am I surprised that he is doing this? Absolutely not. Hell no. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised he didn't do it earlier. But
Mm,
if you're asking me, am I going to watch this fight? Absolutely not. No. Hell no. My hat's off to both of them. I hope they make a whole bunch of fucking money. I
they're gonna
hope
make
they
stupid money.
I hope they make as much money as they possibly can. Just for one, I can't partake. I can't partake in that. I respect boxing too much to watch that.
Stupid money, bro.
I, would-
How much did Jake Paul get for that last fight?
I don't know. A lot.
I don't
He
give a
fought
shit.
he fought Floyd Mayweather. So he made a decent amount of money. You know what
Was
I'm
that
saying?
his
Like
last one?
I think so, right? He was the one that fought him. Yeah, he
Oh,
fought
Tyrone Woodley.
Woodley. Yeah,
They
right.
both got 2 million.
Yeah, like I can't keep. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna be 1,000% to all the listeners and viewers out there. I don't. If you show me a picture of both the Paul brothers, I could not tell you which one is which.
Oh
So
no, I couldn't. I didn't know.
if you,
I
so when
didn't
you,
even know there were two.
so when you ask me his last fight, I'm like, dog, I don't know because I can't tell them apart. Like I don't know which one is doing what. Like I don't fucking know. All I know is that they are making a stir in the boxing world and they're making a whole lot of money doing it. And to be honest with you, I fucks with it. I just don't watch it.
Get the bag. I just noticed your sign in the back too. I
Yeah.
just noticed that like while we were talking about that.
That's why I put that up because that's the Tyson that I fuck with. The Mike Tyson punch out 1980s. You know what I'm saying? Like knocking people out in the first round. That's my Tyson. This guy that's gonna go in that ring with whatever Paul that is. I'm not interested to watch that at all.
But you are interested in getting the bag, and you appreciate and respect everybody who gets their money.
Absolutely.
Just like that woman, get that ring, queen. Right? That's what you were saying.
Absolutely. As she should. As she
So,
should.
what would you do if you were at a football game? What would
Okay.
you do if you were at a football game and somebody scored a touchdown and they were nice enough to hand you the ball?
Okay.
Nice collector's item to put on the shelf.
Yep.
Maybe when little one's going to college, maybe we can sell that. You
Or
know,
just a cool story to have. Yeah.
a dope story to have.
No.
But for some reason, you got an employee that comes up to you and they say, "Hey, let me give you this ball for that one." What would you do? What would you do? You're
All right.
you're a smart guy.
So just to
Clarify,
are we all right? So are we talking about the specific situation or just a regular situation? Because like it's told
in the
if you're
specific
putting me
situation,
if you're putting me in a situation where I'm just at a regular game and just some Joe Schmo threw a touchdown and the receiver gave me a ball and then the crew staff member said, "Hey, I'll trade you that because it had some value." That's different than what you're getting to, what you're alluding to.
I
No,
feel like I would
this was
still keep the
this
ball.
was no, this was the 600th touchdown of the GOAT, the best football player of all time, the receiver who is probably going to be one of the best in the league, who is regarded as one of the best in the league, handed you this football that turned out to be a milestone in this legendary career.
Yeah.
So now put myself
What would
so
Brian Davis
put
do?
myself in that situation. I'm holding on to the ball, and then my negotiating hat is coming out, and we're gonna negotiate for
Fuck
this.
yeah. Hell yeah.
We're gonna talk about a few things. If you need some time to gather your people and get as many people as you guys need, we can listen. I'll give you my phone number. I'm gonna take this ball with me. I'll give you my phone number and we can negotiate. Or you at the fourth quarter when the game, because it was a blowout, like the game was a blowout. So during the fourth quarter, you know what? Invite me up to one of those box offices.
That don't mean you're gonna get the ball, but
yeah.
we're gonna talk up there.
We could sit down and have a conversation about that. And I think honestly, the only
I like my steaks medium.
Yeah, the only reason this is such a big thing is because I don't think anybody was aware previously that was his 600th. Once he caught the touchdown and gave the ball up, that's when it was said out loud, or the commentators watching the game, that it was his 600th touchdown.
He was at 598 walking into the game.
Yeah.
So I was reading that was his second touchdown that game, which got him to 600. And I just feel I'm a collector. Like, I got shelves full of shit, and I just feel like I would have kept the ball either way. So even if I didn't know it's a Tom Brady ball,
that ball means nothing to you. It's worth over $500,000. Why would you hold on to that?
Why wouldn't I hold on to it? Yeah, I got dumber shit on my fucking wall. I'm keeping that ball no matter what.
Okay.
Whether or not I knew it was a 600th ball or a 600th touchdown ball. But yeah,
that changes things. No, we can't just gloss over that. That changes things. If it's a 600 touchdown, and this is regarded, do you watch football? Are you a football fan?
I do. But look, what I'm trying to say is that no matter what, I would not have given that ball back at that moment. Like,
bro, listen.
If I'm getting if I'm getting a ball and I got a ball that was played in an NFL game, I'm taking that home. Now, in the situation of Tom Brady's 600th touchdown, I understand the sentiment. I understand that you probably want to have it in your office, but we need to talk. We need to sit down.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it was just a regular football, of course, I'm taking it home. I'm not just like, of course, I'm taking it home.
So what would be what would if Tom Brady were sitting across the table from you? He goes, bro, I want that ball. What's it gonna take?
I'd be like, what's Giselle doing tonight? Like, what's her schedule?
And everybody hit us up in the comments on what you would trade that ball for. Go ahead.
No, seriously.
What's Giselle doing tonight?
No, I love Giselle. She is so beautiful. But no,
we're gonna reenact the whole movie of Taxi together.
I wouldn't do that. Or Indecent Proposal, either one. But anyway,
nice.
But yeah, no, I would definitely. Giselle's off limits. So what would I ask for? That's a really good question. I would definitely ask for money, cash. I will want some cash, probably in the high hundreds.
Non-taxable.
In the high hundreds. I'm probably gonna get taxed on it. That's why it's in the high hundreds. And then I probably, you know what I would do? You know what? You can you know what? I would probably take half that cash, and then whatever the remaining amount that I would ask for Bitcoin. You're giving me some Bitcoin. Like, I'm asking for Bitcoin. I'm asking for cash. I'm asking for a signed jersey. I'm asking for a signed football. And you're gonna probably send me on vacation somewhere really nice.
Nice.
And then, that would be my starting point. That would be the compiled list, the list that I would compile off the bat. Now I'll leave the ball in your court and your negotiating skills. If you want to say, hey, you're not getting any of that shit, we'll give you a fucking jersey and a couple tickets to a game or some shit like that. I'd be like, you know what, it was nice talking to you guys, but I got a shuttle to catch to my, I got a shuttle to catch. Like, I'm out of here.
Do I have it in the carry-on? Do I have it in the check-in? I don't know. I don't know. Don't follow me.
Yeah.
If it were me, though, if it were me, I'm definitely asking for some cash and some autographed memorabilia.
How much cash are you asking for? Because I found myself kind of hard to put a number to that. How much cash are you? Because
So am I being
apparently
taxed for this though?
apparently I don't know. Let's say you are being let's say you are. Let's just say for the sake of the argument, you are being taxed for it. Because I think
$750.
I think the football was valued at $500,000.
Yeah, maybe
Or a little
six, but I'll ask for 750 because if I'm walking away with 354, yeah, I'm good.
I'll take $100,000 cash and then as much Bitcoin as you can give me.
I will take some stock options too.
Fuck stock options. I would take Bitcoin and then because I leave it at that. I would take some Bitcoin and some cash and a couple of signed jerseys. And you know what? Maybe you can get me off of the whole vacation thing, but that's probably where I would start.
I'll take the vacation. I would definitely want an interview.
What did
you need to follow me on all social media.
What did the guy end up landing on? Do you have that up?
Okay, so we got excuse me. 2 signed Brady jerseys, a helmet also signed by Tom Brady.
Okay.
And then an autographed jersey by Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, okay.
And then his game-worn cleats, possibly from that very game.
And then
and then Tom Brady also said he's going to add the caveat of giving him a Bitcoin that's worth $62,000.
Yeah.
And then you got because initially all they did was give him the $1,000 credit to the store, which gets you like 3 polo shirts.
That is insanely
that was
rude.
Bad on their part, bro.
That was insanely rude.
Not good for the look of everything.
$1,000. You couldn't even give me like $5,000 because then I could ball out. I could take my whole family there. We can get some paraphernalia. We can ball out. $1,000, bro.
And then like we're friends. Like me and Tom, we're friends.
No.
Like
no,
understand that whenever I come around.
No. Let's not. I don't need you to give me in that facade. We're not friends. This is a business.
I'm totally shallow. I'm very shallow.
This is a business deal. All right. I don't need to be your friend, Tom. As a matter of fact, I don't even really like you, to be honest with you. But
I don't like him either.
But no, I love Tom Brady. I'm just talking about from like just talking, just
yeah.
But I love Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the best. Listen, anyone that's listening, Tom Brady. I don't care who you think is the best football player of all time. It's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need you to be my best friend. We can have a drink afterwards if you want, but no, I want you to make sure that we get this taken care of first.
Fair enough. I think he got away with some. I mean, the jerseys are cool. The helmet's cool.
I'm holding
and
that.
then that on the back end will pick up some extra money.
I'm getting that bag, bro. Like Tom is gonna be paying through the nose for that shit, bro. Let me know. Show me how much this ball is worth to you. Or do you think you're gonna throw 700? Because if so, you might as well just wait to that 700, and I'll hold on to the 600 one. Because if you think about it, if you think about it, and this is
how much time does he have left?
He only probably has like a couple years, but then again, I don't know. But if the guy that got the ball, if he would have just shut everything down and denied all of their offers and just held on to the ball
it would get bigger and the offers would get nuts.
If you just held on to that ball for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, he might have been able to start a whole new generation of wealth over that.
That one fucking ball.
That one ball. So it's kind of an interesting situation to be in. Do you take the money now, or do you have the vision and the foresight?
Or do you let it grow? Yeah.
Do you have the vision and the foresight to sit on it and tell everybody to kiss your ass, and then when it's time to cash in, everyone eats off of it? Because right now, with the money that he's making, he's only going to be eating off of that himself.
You imagine, like, if he said no to that one employee, they just send security his way, then they take him into that one room and beat his ass.
Well, that's what you're
like in the casinos.
That's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to beat my ass. You're gonna have to pry it out of my cold, dead fucking fingers because there's no way that you're getting
Get
that
it out of
ball.
my kung fu grip, sir.
Yeah, if you can get it out of my kung fu grip, sir. What was that? Meet the fuckers? That was
Meet the parents when
meet the
yeah.
parents. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, bro, what did you put in your story, bro? I need to talk about that. And that'll be
Dude,
the
I
wrap
put
up.
I put shit in my story all
Yo,
fucking
yo, dude, your
day.
stories about serial killers. That at any given time, how many serial killers are out there?
Oh, wait, yeah. So, all right. So, in my journey of just not being able to sleep at night, I just sometimes
Ah, you go down the rabbit hole.
I'm a horrible sleeper. Yeah, yeah. I am a horrible sleeper, but I don't know. I was I was look
I don't know.
I was reading something. It was like an article or something, and um it said that at any given moment, and this is just in the United States, just in our country,
Yeah,
at any given moment, the FBI predicts that there's between 25 to 50 serial killers in the country
that's
at
nuts.
at any given moment.
We're
And
walking right by them.
so yeah, so the first thing that popped into my mind is the duality of the perception that the world is so vast and so big, and then getting
Hmm.
hit with that type of a number, to how that just shrinks rapidly. Because
Yeah,
when you hear that, you no longer think, oh well, this world, like this country's so big, I'll never meet these people. It's like, holy shit, like this place is so
there's enough.
small.
There's
Yeah,
enough.
this place is so small. Like ultimately, that could be one serial killer per state if you think about it.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh yeah.
like, that's some wild shit. They at
You see,
any given moment, you can have a serial killer walk right by you because you don't think about it. I just thought that was interesting. Very
they're
interesting. It's
probably
sad.
old school serial killers. Like back then, when I feel like if you just weren't there, you weren't caught. Like before all that shit, all the DNA testing, all the scientific and the forensic stuff.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And I've seen a lot of stories that some of them just continue on to regular lives, and then when they get caught, they're like some regular old dude that's just like gardening his like tulips and shit.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. It's nuts to think about. Kind of scary, but kind of dope at the same time. I'm fascinated by that. So
You know what scares me more than anything than that
what?
though? It's the future of social media. Like that to
Mm,
me scares me more than the actual thought of there being a serial killer that walks by me down the street. Like, for instance, Facebook changing its name
that's right.
to what is it? To Meta?
Meta. I
To
don't know what the
to
fuck that is.
to Meta, right? But they did put out a statement that it's not just a name change. They're ultimately going to change the whole outlook of the company. And from what I gathered, it's going to usher in, and I'm about to get into like my techie nerd talk shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But what to me, what it sounds like, and this is something that I've been listening, or I've been hearing about for a few months now, is the ushering in of AR. Do you know what AR is, sir?
I do not.
AR stands for augmented reality.
Oh
So,
fuck.
yes. So
Yo, that's crazy.
basically, so just think of, do you know what an NFT is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand the big deal about it, but yes.
So in the world of NFTs, it's kind of still new. It's
Yeah.
still being worked out. But ultimately what a lot of people want to do is they want to create a world or a AR, an augmented reality, where you purchase something and then it'll be stored in this almost like virtual reality world to where you can show people. You can send them a link, they can download it, and then they can walk through a mall or a shop and actually see what you bought. So a lot of companies are putting a lot of money into AR, and Facebook, honestly, I think is going to be one of them. I know that Nintendo is one of them. Um, uh Etsy, the shopping app.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
that's gonna be one of them. I think that to me, like that's the world where we're looking at. Like that's the near future.
I
Like
feel like
and
it's so scary for people our age because we've been through a lot of different changes in society and the way technology is and everything. People who
mhm.
are born like after year 2000, they're not feeling it like as much as we are.
I don't think I am at all. I think and you know what it is? I think that it's your mind frame. I think it's totally about your mind frame. It's either you
Hmm.
change with the times or the times are going to change you. Either one.
Adaptability.
Either one. So you do have a choice in this matter. You either change with the times and appreciate it and grow with it and learn how to adapt, like you said, or it'll make you adapt. Me
True.
personally,
You're gonna
me
have to.
yeah, me personally, I like to grow with it because then in that you get knowledge, you gain the lessons that you learn aren't as harsh. You know, it's a little bit different. But once
It isn't
you
as jarring. Like the transition isn't as jarring or like in your face about it. A
absolutely,
little
and
easier,
then
a little easier.
exactly. So I just thought that was interesting. I just wanted to touch on that, being that we were just talking about the things that are going on in the world and just the whole Facebook. Um, they're changing their whole blueprint. I don't think
Oh no, it's
this.
not gonna be just social media anymore. No, they're
I
gonna
just
be
don't think the name change is going to change. I think they're changing their whole outlook on the company. They're changing everything about it, I think, honestly. And
they're
honestly,
changing the
they
world.
probably they probably they probably need to because, Facebook hasn't been in the highest regard or in the best light in recent years for one reason or another. So they probably needed to do this and this is just ushering in this new wave of social media and the way that technology is going to be integrated in our everyday life now. So, but yeah.
So I guess we'll see everybody on Meta. Is it? Did they change it already, or they just announced the change?
I think they just announced it. Yeah.
All right. Well, you can follow us on the bottom. All the links are there. Well, not the links, but all the social media handles are there. Gym Class Majors on Twitter and Gym Class Majors Pod on Instagram. Gym Class Majors Podcast on Facebook, aka Meta. Um,
And if
Brian, let them
anybody, hold on,
know.
hold on one second before. And if
Yeah.
anybody has any information, because I'm still learning about AR, which I think is totally interesting. And I, for one, plan on investing in companies that are growing in AR. If you guys have any information or if you guys have any input, drop it in the comments or leave that those comments, things that are actually beneficial to the growth of people, I will definitely read. But
Nice.
yeah, leave your comments wherever you can. But that's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Guys, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to the channel because we still put our stuff out on YouTube. And do us a favor and subscribe here on your podcast platform. Um, Brian, let them know where they can find you, buddy.
Oh, you guys can find me everywhere. You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter. Both have the same handle, BM Davis __ 418. You can find me on YouTube with our Gym Class Majors podcast. You can also find me on Friday nights with the Average Boys podcast, where we talk about a whole bunch of nerdy shit. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of my fucking Marvel characters behind me. So I'm a nerd as well, which fuck you if you don't like it. And then other than that, man, you can just hit me up here. You can hit me up. You can hit me up straight on Spreaker. We're on Spreaker. How
Hmm.
fucking cool is that? You can hit us directly on Spreaker. So if you don't want to listen to us on Amazon, you don't want to listen to us on Apple, you don't want to listen to us on Spotify, you can listen to us directly on Spreaker, which I think is a cool feature for that to have. And yeah, we'll be here next week. We kind of had a late start to this week, but we'll be right back at you next week with another episode. And stay tuned. That's all I got. D, take us out.
Yeah, you can find me at DNC Digital on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Everybody, thank you so much for the support. Let us know what you think about all the all the topics that we talked about. Tampa Bay fan Michael Myers and the Facebook change and and Mike Tyson versus Logan Paul. Let us know what you think about all the comments, and just let us know what you think about the show. We love you guys. Till next time, till next week. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to us on all your podcast platforms. I'm out. Brian is out. We are out. Peace to everybody.
Peace.